Here's one of the stars at the Kawasaki stand in EICMA 2025. This is the new KLE500, and wow, looking at it, I can tell it's a really good looking, purposeful machine. I wouldn't call it extremely hardcore looking, while this is very Dakar style in the way the bodywork comes up and that long tail that goes straight up like that. We've all talked about the ground clearance online. It really surprisingly doesn't look like a lot. There's a decent amount of suspension travel on the bike. That is not a complaint. Seat height is fairly high as well. But the ground clearance, you can see that it is quite low. That is not a reason to completely write off this motorcycle. It's just look at it as an adventure touring motorcycle. Something that can do quite a lot of riding, but maybe not huge log crossings and massive jumps. It is, after all, sort of travel enduro bike, not a hardcore thing, but I gotta say it looks really, really very nice. Tall looking bike, and look how slim that is. That really does remind me of the enduro motorcycles. There was an old KLE as well that was like this. It was sold back in the day. Hold on, let me just show you that from the rear. That offered you this form factor that you could really travel around the world with over very challenging terrains, but just not do it at rally pace, and I think that's okay. Looks exciting on Instagram, but most people don't actually ride that way. So what do we have here? Trellis frame, that familiar 500cc parallel twin that's in the Ninja 500 and a bunch of other 500cc bikes. We already have that engine in India. A little under 50 horsepower, 47, 48 depending on the market, and it's not going to be a very heavy bike either. So it does look quite interesting. This TFT display is off, but again, familiar Kawasaki display. The suspension on this variant at least does not appear to be adjustable, but it looks like a really nice do-it-all, go-anywhere motorcycle, and comes with that whole Japanese solid build and expectation of reliability that you would have. The only concern for us in India is, yes, it will probably come to our market, but Kawasaki India has localized the 300s, which is a very old platform, and they haven't done anything with the 400s or the 500s. And unless they do so, this is going to be an expensive thing. This will probably be between 5 and 6 lakh rupees when it comes. So, interesting bike, but at the moment, unless Kawasaki takes some significant measures with localization, it's going to be out of reach for many people. That's the KLE 500.